Welcome to another exciting episode of The Connect, where we connect you to high-profile individuals, socialites, personalities, and celebrities. I'm coming to you live again from Kikuyu in Waterfall. I'm starting to think I like this place. Actually, maybe I might just conduct more of my interviews here, exactly in Waterfall. How do I introduce him? How do I even introduce him? He doesn't need an introduction. His name is Ditlohonolo Molefe. He goes by the name of 25K.
The plug.
The plug?
Yes.
How are you? I'd forgotten the plug, so you just had to remind me.
Yeah.
So the plug is important as well.
It is actually. I got it tatted on me as well, just for emphasis.
And I see also there's a lot of tattoos.
Yeah.
What do they mean?
It's gonna take a while for me to explain.
Yeah.
Some of them have like deep meanings and they're quite sentimental.
Sentimental to you.
But yeah.
From Little to 25K, come on.
It's just, in rap you have to have a name that stands out. So with me, it started with me just being a producer, making beats and stuff. So I was sitting chilling in the trap and I was like, if I were to sell these beats to rappers, how much would I charge? And I was just guessing myself at the time, so I told myself, like, maybe I should just make these beats until I charge an actual, like, 25K for a beat. Because I had that thing, because I was still in high school making beats, I had that thing of, like, you know how most people will be like, I want to touch 1 million, or I want like 500,000, kind of vibe.
So for you, it was 25K?
Yeah, so like 2 years later, I actually made my first 25K off of just hustling. Yeah. So that made me now want to live up more to the name. So just me making beats, I didn't actually want to rap at the time. So I put rap on hold, making beats. But I didn't have anyone to send the beats to. So I just started now writing lyrics to my own beats. And my friends were like, why don't you just jump on these beats? So one song led to another song, and then it became a mixtape. And then a mixtape, a young project that I put on SoundCloud. Yeah. So I was...
And people received it well.
Yeah. It started from friends and now my hood, Pheli, and then now other hoods in Pretoria, like Mams, Sosha, Harangua.
Yeah. And you're so proud to be from Pretoria.
Yeah, for real.
Why? Because you represented,
Born and bred,
Born and bred,
It's just a lot of things that come with being from Pretoria. I don't think the story is being told as much as it should be. Like the talent is crazy in Pretoria. The lingo, I think it's like #1 in terms of like the...
Pretorians are really proud,
Yeah. Like I see all these shows on TV and sometimes they use our lingo just to like pay homage. Yeah. Like we can tell. As far as Tswana and Spedi is concerned, when it's Pitori, we can tell.
And you can tell when a person is actually from Pretoria and when someone's just trying it out.
Yeah.
Have you always been a rapper?
Yeah. Because
when you finished school?
I fell in love with rap when I was like in primary school. Yeah. This other friend of mine was like deep into rap because his dad was like a hip hop dude. Yeah. So I'd go to him and collect music and like music videos and stuff like that. So as a youngin, I started wanting to rap like my favorite rappers at the time. So I started studying rap at a young age. So I could rap like Eminem versus Lil Wayne, Dr. Dre, like NWA. But I was more like a West Coast influence type of rapper, But I listened to like East Coast, like Jay-Z, Nas, B.I.G.
Because I always wanted to also ask if you're influenced by Lil Wayne because of your style.
Yeah, actually that's where the dreadlocks come from.
Really?
I wanted to have dreadlocks back in high school, but they made me lose them. I was like,
because you were still going to school also.
Yeah, let me just finish school and I'll see if the look works for me after.
You've never been to work?
No.
What?
Thing is, I tried that. Like, I guess like being talented is a gift and a curse sometimes because when you really still trying to find your talent and stuff like that, like I was really keen as to like going to further my studies. Like in school, I was doing subjects like maths and sciences.
Yeah.
So
were you good?
Yeah. So I had already, I was like an average student.
No.
Not good as
Okay, I was about to ask if you were part of the top 10 or anything like that.
My classmates were like crazy. This other dude that I was in class with, he was like top of the class and like top of the league and whole thing. So he got a scholarship to go study in Canada, kind of vibes, and he was doing some astrology type stuff. So yeah, so I was in like hectic classes with people with like high IQ.
Yeah.
But
really smart people.
They still knew that I was a rapper at the time. Because I'd still sang them.
And when you see them going to Canada, you're not envying, you're not...
I think everyone has their own path to follow. That's why I believe that I had to find mine, because as far as me and my mom, we had the conversation. She believes in me, so whatever I'd say, she'd want to see it as well. So it's not a thing of like, it's just me saying I want to be this type of person.
Yeah, she sees you putting in the work.
Yeah, so it was a thing. I was like, for once, let me just try listening to my mom, try getting a job. Once even, it was a temporary thing that my homie had hooked me up with. I tried that, but when I got paid, it was like I could make that much money in the streets off of hustling in a week. And I had to go through that for like a month, so it didn't quite sit well with me. So I was like, maybe this is not my thing.
Yeah.
So I just started doing rap, like music scene, but also that comes with challenges because you literally start going broke. For real. You start doing shows, nobody knows your name, nobody is willing to pay you.
Still have to fill your brain and no one knows you.
Yeah, so me being a student of the game from like as I was coming up has helped me a lot, because I could figure ways where I could like now make it a profitable thing where now I can see like profits off of music and stuff like that. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. You speak about hustling, and I have one question to ask. What kind of hustle was it? Because I heard something.
Yeah.
I heard you used to sell weed.
I'm not necessarily that. Like, just being a hustler.
That kind of business.
There's a lot of things in the streets that you could do to like triple your rent and like make your bank account more appealing type of stuff. So me as a kid, I was like, I always had that mindset of like trying to sell something to somebody. Yeah. And at the time, I don't know, I just didn't see myself as like a consumer at the time. I just wanted to sell something, which led to me now selling music. So I was like always coming up with a plan to like sell something. So that has been how I came up in terms of like what I say in my lyrics and my story. So yeah.
So you developed your own sound basically because you used to make your own beats.
Yeah, and I was rapping in English when I was in like the early years of high school. Yeah. And then one time I just decided to like rap in the net. Because like as far as Spitori is concerned also, it's like you can tell that this person is from maybe a Mamelodi, this person is from Soshanguve, and like Pheli has always had that one that stands out out of all the hoods. So there were rappers at the time who were rapping in the neck, so I was like, let me rap my hood in the neck in one song. And that one song is what people actually were like, yo, this is something we've never heard before. Why don't you do this more often? So now I started switching between the English and the Vernac. Because if I don't do the English, it's going to be like, maybe he doesn't know English, so type of vibe. Yeah. So the fact that I can do both, some people can hear that, this dude that really reads and he really writes.
What do you think is the future of Vernac in South Africa?
In terms of?
Do you think it's going somewhere?
Yeah, it is. Like, look at all the TV shows in terms of like here in South Africa. Yeah. like the ones that are on channels that have like a huge number of subscribers. It's either Zulu,
the people are speaking their own language.
So as far as the music as well, if you listen to Amapiano, some guys would go Zulu, some guys would do the Spitori slang, but that's where the country is as far as like our home languages.
Doesn't it limit you though? Because I mean, you can access populations and others don't understand a thing that you say.
Yeah, but one thing about music is like a universal language.
Yeah.
Because I get streams from like the US and China.
And from me, I mean, I'm Swati.
Yeah. But can you hear what I'm saying?
I can.
So it's actually crazy when you get streams from like places like that, like UK, and like maybe sometimes it's people from here that have moved to those places and they want to listen to the music that comes from where they come from.
Yeah.
Or it could also
and
be
also
people
at the same
originally
time,
from that place.
They're influencing the others.
That's the thing. So they could be listening, not hearing what you're saying, but like here and there, they might catch a few that, oh, this is actually the message that this guy is trying to get across. So I think visuals are more important in terms of like crossing over to like those kind of countries outside of South Africa. Like, look at how the recent movie that just dropped, like Coming to America.
Yeah.
They're really trying to come up with a native language, but it's not really ours. It would have been dope if it was ours, but like the Black Panthers, and I feel like the attention is more shifted on South Africa specifically. It's been Africa from the get-go as far as the motherland conversation, but
now it's South Africa.
Yeah, so they're actually listening regardless of what you're saying. They don't hear it, it's a vibe. So if it's a vibe,
it's good to go.
You can't deny it.
How do you then come up with your flows? Because I don't even know how rappers do it.
Yeah.
But on your own sound and then decide this is how I'm gonna go and this is how I'm gonna change. Yeah. How do you even do that? How do you think about it?
Mine is actually crazy because like as far as rap, there's different styles of rap and some people don't write their lyrics and I do.
Yeah.
And just going through the process of like writing music, I learned the difference of like when I write on my phone and when I write on a pen with my pen and paper, I can tell the difference as far as the flow. So the flows come from my influences, like me studying all these rappers. Yeah. So there's like a lot of styles in me.
Who are these people who are influencing this flow?
There's a lot. Because me, I'm like a middle child because I was born in the 90s. So I had to go through the hip hop at that time. Yeah. And then the early 2000s and then the 2010s now trap started coming on the scene. I had to like listen to like Lil Uzi Vert, Young Thug, Lil Durk, like all these
Lil Baby and all these others that are coming,
even the ones that are coming up now, I still listen to them. So I feel like my style also has been a part of like the evolution of the sound because I used to listen to like crazy rap dudes. Like,
how would you categorize your sound? Like, what would you call it?
In terms of like the genre?
Yeah.
I'd say it's
trap.
Kasi trap.
Kasi trap.
Yeah, that's what I like to call it. Because trap is trap.
Yeah.
You can like generalize it because of the sound, but my specific sound originates from like the Kasi. So, it's safe to say I can call it Kasi trap.
It is. And when you listen to Culture Vulture, you understand. Hey, you swear a lot. Aye.
That's how you express yourself.
Yeah.
Through the music. Because it's like, sometimes some things you go through, and like, look at how other artists like face mental issues because they don't know how to like get their message across.
Yeah.
And like, to me, stuff like that, I can really like address certain stuff in terms of like me or in terms of like how I view certain things through the music. Because I'd be like, one thing I might not feel like getting off of my chest to you maybe in this conversation, maybe I can say when I'm in the process of making a song, and by the time I'm done with the song, it's a relief for me that I actually said it. So whatever I said, I meant
to express yourself also.
Yeah. So that's one thing that makes an artist as well.
Yeah. Speaking of a culture vulture, how do you feel about the song being so big? Because it's still very big. It's so huge.
I feel like even if I pass on, that song will still.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What was going through your mind when you wrote it?
Like I just said just now, I was expressing where I was at mentally at the time, as far as the game.
Yeah.
If you can like understand what I'm saying, the lyrics, like some of them they're really deeper than they really sound. Like it's like, you know, when people, you feel like they're holding you back, stuff like that, and like that was what I was going through at the time.
Yeah.
So the song, I just came up with the melody first, but the lyrics had meaning, but also it was more of a vibe than making it a deeper song at the time.
Right?
So the melody was just stuck in my head. I played for my homies and they were like, yo, if you actually record that and you put it into words, it's gonna sound crazy. And I actually did it, and the first time I played it for the homie, that's the homie that I pulled up out here with.
Yeah.
It's like we've been homies like since way.
Yeah.
He's actually my DJ and my colleague.
Oh my word, we should be seeing him. Can we call him?
Nah, it's chill. I don't
He's
think he'd rather let me do these.
He doesn't want to be seen.
Because I'm the guy telling the story for us.
Okay.
So I'm the voice. So it's like when I played him the song the first time, the reaction I saw on his face, it said a lot to me, because I was like, damn. If I play for someone else who's not my friend and they have the same reaction, that means this could actually be what I think it is. Yeah. So I just dropped the song. The Thoughts did the cover art for me. The Thoughts is the founder of Galaxy Boy, one of the brands that's like big in PTA.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, so I dropped the song with the cover, SoundCloud Vibes, and I was doing small shows in PTA. Did the show, next day people were quoting the lyrics to the song. I was like, yo, the song
is going in.
Yeah. So that went on for like a year and a half, and I had no visuals for the song, because
was it just still on SoundCloud only?
Yes, I didn't even know how to upload on like the YouTube platform. So people were like, please put the song on Apple Music. And I asked my home, like, yo,
how do you do that?
Because I thought maybe you had to like reach out to like a label, like that's the only way you can get your song. Because as a youngin, I tried making an account on iTunes, and it just said this feature is like for US only. But I didn't know they were like, I don't know how to call, like TuneCore, DistroKid, all these services. They were already there for you to access, so you can upload your music on those kind of platforms. So I just did my research and I found out it's like easy.
It's actually very easy, yeah.
So I just set up a PayPal account and linked it to my check account, and then top the account with the funds that I had to top it up with for me to upload the song. Uploaded the song and I put it on iTunes. And now I started seeing the numbers.
Yeah. Crazy.
So now I had to like follow up with the visuals, which came like a year later. So me saving up from like the small shows that I was doing, I just shot the video, and like that changed everything when the video dropped. Like that's how now I saw myself on TV.
Yeah.
Like the vision became more clearer to like the people close to me, especially like my mom. Like, yo, like
you're very fond of your mom.
You used to. Yeah, I love my mom a lot.
Yeah.
Because she let me do this.
Yeah.
This is what I really wanted to do. So when the song started making that domino effect, like people are already posting the song on their IG stories, like DJ Makaveli, AKA, KO,
Everyone just got on top of
it was like.
I remember that was the time also I heard it. It was around then. And I was like, what?
And that's when I was actually meeting a lot of people.
Yeah.
People that I was speaking all these things about in my song, saying, yo, I wish one day I do a song with so and so.
Yeah.
Now I'm having conversations with so and so. So that part of my journey was like quite humbling because I was like all ears. Because me, one thing about me, I'm more of a listener.
Yeah.
Because I like to
You don't say much, yeah.
Yeah, I like to learn what other people have been through rather than just me just saying, yo, yo, yo. Because sometimes you miss the point when you're that person and you're like, yo.
Sometimes you have to be a listener.
Yeah, you think you got it all figured out, but you could learn a thing or two if you just kick back and like pay attention more.
Yeah.
So I was like getting exposed to like those kind of spaces where now I'm sitting with someone who I used to idolize and they tell me that my music is dope. Which now I had no doubt in terms of like me being dope because their music is dope.
So they reassured you also.
So real, recognized real, I was like, damn.
Yeah, and you got AKA on the remix. That was huge.
Yeah.
But you never talk about how you got MT on the remix. It's always about how you got AKA and how AKA hooked you out.
It's like same vibe, actually, because how that came about was like, it was a genuine thing, because like MT, I met him at the show that I was going to perform at, which was the orchestra at the square, which was AKA's headlining show. And I was also an act performing there, and I got the prime slot because I didn't perform early. I actually got on stage before he got on stage with MT.
Yeah.
So also how he set that up was like,
that was major, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how to explain it as well. He was in the other artist's room, and we were in the one next to it. So all the other artists like Shoma Josie and all the bigger artists that were at the show, they were like a floor above us or a room down the hall type of vibes, and I was just next to him, and he was like genuine from the jump. When I pulled up on him, like he was playing FIFA with MT. And he was like, yo, meet the dude actually. So that's how I met the dude, and he was like, yo, that song. I was like, for real? He was like, yo, I'm telling you. So me and him, we kind of clicked from that day, and it was like, when I was doing the remix, because AKA sent me the verse first. So I was getting calls from like a lot of people wanting to jump on the song. But the song was also sentimental to me.
You didn't want to get a lot of people on it.
I wanted to put people that I actually looked up to in terms of like saying, yo, SA hip hop, yo.
These are the guys.
These are the guys for this kind of sound. So MT, I hit him up. And before that, AKA FaceTimed me and he was with it. He was like, yo, this dude really messes with the song, but I was still unsure in terms of like how am I gonna get the song to him or is he the guy? And like one time I just reached out to him, I was like, I want you to jump on the song. He was like, bet. I was like, for real, just like that? He was like, bet, I'm gonna come through for you, yo. The other time, I was just sitting on the AKA verse.
Yeah.
I hadn't even come up with my verse at the time because I was playing it too many times. It was just a hook and it was playing it too many times. And then one time, I knew I had sent the beat to MT. I wake up, like, it was late, like 11, 12 kind of vibes. And someone on IG mentions me in his story. So I'm like, okay, maybe they trying to like speak into an existence, like a collaboration. When I got onto the story, he was playing my song with the verse in the background. I was like, damn.
What the hell is going on?
And it sounded so fire. I didn't even have my own verse at the time.
Yeah.
So he sent me back the verse, and I was quite happy with it. Also, I sent the instrumental to a whole lot of other people. Mostly also did her version of the song with just my hook. Waity also did.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. If you check on my SoundCloud, it's there. Like, she also posted a snap jamming to the song, and I was like, oh, this is crazy. And she
Is
was
it possible to do a remix of a remix and just have all of them in one song, in that song?
I wish I could, but you know how the game is set up in SA. So
Yeah.
Radio Land. Because like with all those big names, they gonna want to consider to play it on radio. But in the States, you would get like a Bobby Schmurder who did the hot remix. And
it's long, and everyone is in it.
It's a long list of A-listers. It was like 7, 8 people.
And they still play it. They bump it.
But as far as SA, I just wanted to do something like that, but I was like, let me just leave it for them to do it like this, just for the culture.
Who has the best verse on the remix? On the Culture Vulture remix?
I think me. For real. Like, think about it. The song, when you hear the hook, like you get the point, yo, this is 25.
Because when you come in at the end, it's,
When you hear the guest feature, it's like, yo, MT spazzing.
Yeah.
Yo.
AKA is there.
Spazzing. But when I come through, you like, this is the guy who made the song.
Yeah.
So I just came back with the whole vibe that I had originally like had when I came up with the song, but I was just in a different space at the time. That's why I came in with a line that's like as deep as like, I just hope Sagai for Samava.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, if this is what it is.
I really hope,
For real, I just hope like all the pain that
it's gone when I have the money.
Yeah, so that's why I came through like that. And it was short, like mine was the shortest.
Yeah.
But it had a lot of quotables in it, and people were like, yo, this kid, he's a problem, basically. So there was that as far as that song. But as far as having a song like that, you know, people expect you to like follow up with a song that has the same impact. I never put that kind of pressure on myself because artistically, I believe that like I'm like a one-of-one kind of artist. So I'd never limit myself in terms of like I'm desperate to make a hit. Like every song that I put out, there's a message out there for like my friends and like people who know the story of like what makes 25K the person that he is. So every time I make music, it's just different. Like I never try too hard to be like. That's why I'm never like with the gimmicks or like.
What do you mean?
Real, like chasing a specific sound. Like, these are conversations that people will never have, but like to me, trap music is really trap the lifestyle. That like I was in the trap, like I took those risks when I was getting into trouble. I've seen my friends getting locked up. Some of the people that I know, they still locked up because of the things that they did in the trap kind of vibe. So that's what trap means to me. But like to someone else, trap might just mean a genre. Like sing me a trap beat. Oh, it's a trap beat, it's a vibe, and then you jump on the song. It's like, so to me, it's like deeper than that because the trap, I don't know if I can say the trap saved me because that situation put me in a place where I could easily lose my freedom, and I don't think I would have been a 25K that I am now without the trap or with the trap. So it's like a blessing and a curse because my content is full of stories of me being back in the trap.
Yeah.
You feel me? And then people fell in love with me because of
that.
Me telling my story like that. So the music saved me from the trap.
Yeah.
But the trap really gave me like a purpose of me finding myself within the
That
music.
is so profound. I'm actually thinking about it.
Like think about it. It's like it's deep. Like because if the reason why I also mention my mom a lot, like my mom used to cry tears because of like me being in the trap, and like she couldn't figure out where I was going, because to her it was like you literally throwing your life away for some temporary stuff. But I always had a plan. The thing is, my plan, I couldn't get it through to her to understand, but I always had a plan that, yo, if I make so and so, this is how I have like an exit of like what I'm into right now. I want to see myself venture into other stuff and like legit businesses and be like legitimized. Like,
and I'm still screaming free, my Shogun.
yeah, that's the pain in me. That one I can never take back.
Yeah.
That's the pain in me. If you come from where I come from and you've seen it, then you know what it means. Because for other people, that's like a controversial conversation to have.
It is, actually.
Because it's like, why would you talk about a person who maybe the state portrayed as like a villain?
Yeah.
But to me, like coming from where I come from, look at it as to like how Netflix would make a docu on El Chapo, or how they would make a docu on like the stuff that OJ did, like how they make docus about the life of Pablo, like things like that. When you really look at the story, you can tell that whatever he was doing, there was like incriminating, that's some messed up stuff. But when you read through the person, you can tell that, oh, this person actually comes from this kind of background, and they facing these kind of challenges, and that's like everybody has their own way of making it out of that kind of situation. And to me, that's really like your way of making it out of the trap, because the trap has like different forms. Like other people do different stuff, but look at how maybe a soccer player can come from my hood, and that would be his way out of.
But do you think victimizing people is the way to get out of that trap, though? Because when you say Pheli Makaveli, it's somehow insensitive to the people that have been victims of his crimes.
I feel you, definitely, but it's like I'm like honest in terms of like my lyrics.
Yeah.
I'll never sugarcoat it, because I feel like, because where I come from, if I sugarcoat it and I don't tell it like it is, you won't understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's the same thing as like, to me, it's like, if you look at like a blockbuster, there's the villain and there's the hero, right? But if you look at it, some people will walk away from the movie because it's fictional. They'll fall in love. They'll fall in love with the villain and be like, "Yo, that guy was on some crazy type of dude." But that doesn't necessarily mean that's the message that they're trying to portray. Obviously, when you do bad stuff, there's actually the bad that comes with it. So me, I'm the type of person, like, even with my homies or like people that I know, if you into some bad stuff, I wouldn't judge you off of the bad stuff that you do. But also, it doesn't mean that I'm for the bad stuff that you do. Like, I'll actually tell you, yo. Like, I'm the type of person that's like, I'd study person's mistakes and be like, yo, this person, if he didn't do such and such, he would have actually been in a better position than he is now, type of person. So in terms of like the difference between bad and wrong and influence, like I fully understand it. And I think that's an individual thing that you put on the person who is doing the bad stuff. You can't put it on someone who, because with me comes a whole lot of people who look up to the figure that we talking about.
Yeah.
You feel me? So me saying it to them, they understand it how I understand it.
How you mean it, actually,
You get me? So it's like facing those kind of challenges. There's a lot of issues that we'll never talk about, like how my hood is like part of me is because of like my hood. There's no like resources in terms of like making it out, like the unemployment is crazy. So the crimes automatically, they're going to be
Increase.
higher than, you feel me? So that's how other people put food on the table kind of vibes. And you can't say that's a good thing, but to them, they really don't have anybody else who's like, we can have the deep conversation of like, yo, you can actually clean up your act and go get a job. Like 90% of the time, those people, they tried that, but like the situation that they're in is deeper than, you feel me? It's like some households is crazy. For you to even have a job, it might not even be enough for you to like feed the family, kind of vibe. So for me, I look at it like that. Like as far as what I say in my lyrics, most of the stuff, like the bad, hectic stuff that I might talk about, is in the past with me. But I feel like for me to go forward, I have to deal with those. So it's like for kids maybe who look up to me, they look up to me because 25 actually figured a way out of that situation, and now he's like a public figure who has like a positive image.
Who's making a decent living.
You feel me? So to me, it really is about that. So they look up to me because, not because I'm saying, yo, go do such and such, because that's the thing to do. Like, if you listen to my lyrics close, I actually tell you that, yo, if you, I'm telling you, whatever you do, you gotta know the consequences that come with whatever you're into. So I'm that kind of person that takes full responsibility for my actions. I'll never pin it on someone else. So as far as where I come from and being the voice of that place, I really like to get my point across like that. Like, you don't have to be a rapper. You don't have to commit the crimes. You can actually go to school and tell your story of our hood. Or you can be an actor, whatever you want to be, like whatever you think.
Because you're exemplary,
Yeah, whatever you think you want to be, you can be that person and make it out of this place like that. And also, I think, as far as the hood is concerned, most people think making it out the hood is like the actual physical thing, and sometimes it really is not. Because I've seen people who've made it out and then they fall back into the same place that made them.
Yeah.
So it's like
they can leave the place, but they can't leave.
Yeah, it's like
it's a mental thing. I think
it's
also.
like good mentality. So it's like if you. I believe that if certain things I didn't get rid of, I wouldn't have been where I've been as far as the hood. Because like my hood is like cocky and like too crazy. But obviously we only talk about the glamour and but it's like it's hard for like a person seeing the potential in someone to make a change in that person. It's actually hard because that's how maybe you'd see one soccer player like got crazy talent, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now they get all these opportunities to play for a bigger team, and now it becomes a thing where they don't take the mentorship seriously. It goes back to what we were talking about, right? You're trying to get through to that person, but you don't relate. And it's not a thing of like they don't respect you. It's just they feel like you don't relate.
You don't understand.
You feel me? Yeah. So they relate more to the person in the streets.
Yeah.
And then they still
been
go
through it, experienced it.
into the soccer field and be like, okay, the coach is telling me to do this. But the cockiness and the hood in them will mess up their whole thing that they got going on, because it's gonna be like, I'm a star now.
Yeah.
Why should I go to training like 5 days a week or 7 days a week?
I feel like I know who you're talking about.
Nah, it's nothing specific. Thing is, I used to play football before the rap.
Oh really?
So
you didn't mention that.
I actually don't talk about it as much, but as far as the lyrics, you can tell. Because I can't quote all these football players without me having like love for football.
Yeah.
So it's like I went through it. Like we used to go to trials at like Pluricop and like play the Junior Sundowns team, Super Sport, because of
You've been part of the team?
Pretoria thing. I've been to trials, but I've never played for like the academies of like those teams.
Yeah.
But I've seen players who made it from that to like playing for the academy. Next thing they're in training back with us.
Yeah.
And it's like, we training so hard to get to. So
And
how did you get to?
You understand?
You feel me? So when I speak on that, it's nothing specific. It's like I've seen it. It's not me making an example of what happens in life. Like I've seen it. Even me, I fell victim to that because how I felt.
What did you do?
How I fell out of football is just like, I think adolescence, when now I'm starting to get more interested into like girls and like I'm in high school now, so it's like when I come back from school I have to go to training, and I was team captain at the time, and I was like, I can't skip practice.
You were a big deal, Mos.
In the hood.
Yeah.
But I know people who are bigger deals than me. Like, crazy. I've seen it, so it's like I have to go to training. And it was like...
And you're thinking twice about it.
It was a strain to me, like, because it was like kind of like a bit far from... But when I was fully like 100% football, like the distance didn't even matter.
Yeah.
Like I'd go 7 days a week, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday we've got a game, and Sunday as well. Monday same routine.
Yeah.
I just thought like I couldn't balance.
I think you lost focus.
Yeah, I couldn't balance my academics with the football, but somehow I figured how to balance the music with the. So it was like, but I failed a year as well in high school because of that. For real. If my close friends that went to school with me, they tell you this, I had a big song in high school.
Yeah.
And the teachers and like all the students, they knew about that song. But at the time, I was really like, I was doing some crazy stuff.
Do you think the song got to your head?
Yeah, you know what I was doing?
What?
I was recording before going to school in the morning. That was actually crazy, like to think about it. When my friends tell me about it now, it's like, you remember when I like,
You've been crazy, yeah.
You make the song and then you go to school, you export, put it in your phone, and the next day I'm playing it for my friends. Kind of like I was selling CDs in school for like $20.
What?
For real, and I sold a lot of CDs.
That's why you failed. I mean, you should have failed. There's no other way.
So me now feeling that I think I failed grade 11.
Yeah.
And the subjects that I was doing was just a lot for me to learn. So I put that on hold. But also it was a thing of like, as far as the music, that one I couldn't put on hold because I tried. Yeah. But if I get a chance, maybe weekend vibes, I'm straight going.
You're going back?
Yeah.
So you talk about ladies that distracted you and made you fail at anything. They've always loved you, have they?
They're distraction in everything. But it depends on what they love you for.
Yeah.
But for me, with the music, it wasn't a bad thing because they actually acknowledged my talents.
Yeah, and sometimes they motivate you.
Yeah. So I was like, damn. Now
also, they've been loving you even then, before you even got all this attention.
With the music and the little club that I had, trust me, it was crazy. Like, everybody knew my name then. So for me to now become a 25K, it wasn't like a train smash because I knew, I just had a taste of like what that comes with. So it was like...
But I'm sure now there's like a lot of attention, even bigger than it was.
Yeah, now it's the type of thing I was talking about when we talk about being someone who people look up to in the hood. Like certain behaviors you have to let go of. So it's like certain things I do back then I can't do now because
you learned
just
also.
A regular person. Yeah, kind of vibe. So it's like certain things before I do them I have to think about if this hurts my image more than anything than just be a regular person and just be a nuisance in public, because I'm telling myself I can be myself and this is who I want to be. But like when people look up to you, like I have cousins and nieces and nephews. So to me, it's like, hey, those individuals look up to me. So for them to like go to school and be like, do you know who my cousin is, or do you know who my uncle is, kind of vibe. Yeah. That's like a big responsibility to me, because it's like, if I was doing stuff that just doesn't like regular hood stuff, it wouldn't make sense to me to be like someone looked upon, and I'm still not implementing change on myself.
Yeah. And okay, I think we diverted off the culture vulture song, but I appreciate what you've said. It's a lot. You've said a mouthful. But that it landed you on the Universal signing platform, right?
Yeah. So in Universal actually reached out when I dropped the video to the song. Yeah. Before even the remix. So to me, it was really a thing of like, as far as like being an independent artist, it has been a thing of like, I know how to like hustle in terms of like the streets. Yeah. A lot of people will think the whole independent thing is because of the music. To me, the music is just a plus. From where I'm coming from, it's like, that's what saved me.
You're fully signed to Universal now.
Mm-hmm. That's one thing I wanna elaborate on. It's like, I signed a licensing agreement with them for Culture Vulture, the song, the remix, and a potential follow-up single.
Okay.
Yeah. So I already dropped all those songs that I'm talking about with them. So as far as my deal with them.
So anything else coming now in future is going to be under you independently?
Yeah. So it's like, I've got like other bigger things coming as well. So I can't really speak on that.
Yeah.
But we'll see when the time comes, I'm telling you. So it's like, with the UMG thing, it was like, the song was 2 years old by the time they reached out, and they still see value in the song. Yeah. To me, I had already made withdrawals from my TuneCore account from the song, and I'm already making like racks off of shows. Yeah. So it's like, how big of a song can this be?
Speaking
because
of it,
they see the potential in the song. So I was like, because they were quite comfortable with me, like getting my lawyers involved and looking at the paperwork. Like, there was no rush with it.
Yeah. Okay.
So as far as my deal with UMG, it was like, the song actually did more for me when I re-released it with them. Yeah. Because to me, the song was already 2 years old. I already put it on SoundCloud. I already.
Yeah, they gave you most of the backup also.
Like, I shot the video by myself, type of stuff. So it just helped with like the important things in terms of like my image and like playing the song on radio and like the remix as well. And like the follow-up single that I dropped, it was a result of like, I was also doing features. Yeah. With a lot of artists, so the features actually kept the fire burning, and like, it was a fair deal in terms of that. So I was actually supposed to drop my project with them, but we couldn't reach an agreement. Yeah. It's like, no hard feelings. Like, I still talk to the guys at UMG over the phone, because to me, it's like, it's business.
And you mean your project, you mean Pheli Makaveli, right? Yeah. When is it dropping? Oh my word, everyone has been waiting. Has it not been 3 years? It's been
a year.
It's been a year?
Right now.
What is very, very, very soon? Like a month soon. Like April soon. Is it going to be a surprise album?
So as far as the project is like, recording process, everything is done.
Yeah. So you're just waiting to release?
I'm in my rollout right now as we speak. Like, I'm working on my rollout.
Yeah.
That's what I'm putting in work for. Because for a project that big, I feel like it would be like undermining my fans for me to just give it to them and be like, okay, you guys have been waiting so long, here's the project. Like, with this project, people, like I've said before, they will get to know like who's 25 and where does it really come from.
Yeah.
Not from like a glimpse of like, yo, this is Pheli, this is Spitori, this is like Spitori. Like, I went like full street lingo. Because as far as Spitori is concerned, there's Spitori that people from Pretoria relate to, and then there's that street lingo Spitori.
And that's what's coming out.
That's like,
how many songs?
my songs, I can tell you, it's like a full-length project, not too long though, 12 songs.
12 songs.
Yeah.
I think that's respectable, yeah.
Yeah, but like from the intro to like the last song, it's
Any collaborations? Features? Who's on it? Who produced it?
The obvious feature would be Zuchi Kodo, because that's my guy, that's the producer, who actually made it come together and like made me find the artistic side of me, like the more mature sounding 25.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying like no cliche gimmicks or like the regular stuff that people are used to in terms of like that style of rap. So for now, that's the major contributor to the project that I can.
Who else? I mean, this has got to be someone else though.
Actually, a few producers who worked on the project as well, but as far as like the other people I've put on the project, let me just say like I've put people that, as far as when I was rap in my teens, like people that I used to be like, yo, I'm actually gonna do this because so and so is doing it.
Yeah.
And like I look up to so and so what makes it not possible for me to?
So and so is in the album.
Yeah, I can't disclose. That's the thing.
Okay, that's cool. We're gonna do something quick. It's an either or. This is a surprise. You don't even know about it. So it's this person or the other person, right? And you have 30 seconds to answer. Yeah. Okay. 4 people. No, 4 items. AKA or Casper?
Oh.
No way.
Yeah.
Can only be one. It can't. You can't tell me now.
Thing is,
There's nothing.
I respect them both for like.
They're different contributions. I understand, but this and you have 30 seconds. I don't understand.
Let's just keep it moving.
AKA. Bonang or Mini Lamini?
Mini Kamini.
Why?
But we got 30 seconds left. I don't want to explain like.
Are those the kind of women you like?
No, not necessarily. It's like what appeals to me is different to someone else. So trust me, if I say it off the top of my head, I don't even have to think twice about it.
Okay. Lucas Raps or A-Reece?
A-Reece.
PH or Venom?
Venom is my dude.
Yeah, because he's your guy, right? Okay, so I want you to speak to the people of Pretoria. I want you to talk to them now in this space and time. Tell them whatever you wanted to say. And you've said a lot, I know. But just one last message for them. They're still trying to make it out. They look up to you. They're so happy and they're so proud of you. Talk to them. Okay,
one last message for my people, for my city. 012, West Side, Worldwide, Blarone, the Blaro side, the Blarophonia side of town. I'd like to say, like, thank you to, like, the people who've, like, supported me up until this far. To the point where now I'm about to release my debut project. Like, I thank you for your patience and the support that like Pretoria has always given me and like always having my back. I'm not about to drop the ball this time. Like that's one thing y'all should know. Pheli Makaveli coming soon, real soon. Big surprises in the project, and it's a whole lot of bangers in the project. I don't even want to guess myself, so it's coming soon. So let me not say much, but thank you so much for staying down and riding with me through this journey. That's all I can say.
It's all bangers, absolutely bangers. I can't wait for the album, can't wait for the project. It's crazy, right?
The album is crazy.
Can't wait to hear it. It's coming real soon, right? Real soon. Very soon.
Quite soon.
Pheli Makaveli. Pheli Makaveli, the album to anticipate and to talk about, I'm sure, even after even after it's released. I'm your host, Lives On, coming to live from Waterfall in Midrand, where I was with 25K The Plug. He said a lot, a mouthful, diplomatic things, profound things. I think I can just say you're really smart. Can conclude you're really smart. You are.
It's surprising you picked that up. Because like I said, for my vernac type of lyrics, people expect me to like also communicate like that, but I'm not forced to. Like when I'm with my homies, like you feel me?
Yeah.
But like I also know how to express myself more in English.
Yeah.
In other ways where like Spitori and my home language is like broad.
Okay, cool. Let's close this up. Because you're never gonna finish. You're definitely not gonna finish.
I don't want to get misunderstood, so I feel quite comfortable speaking like this.
Yeah.
But like I'm 100% Spitori. It's in me.
Okay.
It's in my blood. It's in my veins.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, it's The Connect. I'm your host, Lives On. Until next time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and do whatever. Comment also, yeah. Tell me what you think about 25K. This project is coming up. Pheli Makaveli. Until next time, it's The Connect.